Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? Make plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Jealousy cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like control, yeah, like control. Don't work like that when you love somebody. My old flex is my new flex now, and we're working on it. That's why I need all the energy that you bring to me. My last girl would tear me apart, but she never wanna split a thing with me. But when it comes to you, it's a thug yo thing. Well, every time I see Martell on the show, he reminds me of just why I wrote this book. Women, you gotta have self-worth about yourself when it comes to some of these men, because some of them is out to prey on you. But this book is called A Thug Passion. It's written by me, and it was for me to heal, you guys. I kept on running to these guys, maybe treat me bad. Just the wrong kind of man I kept running into. And finally, I decided to go inside. I went celibacy. I did a bit of celibacy, and that's when I healed. And I found out that I was the problem. I was picking these guys. I was picking these guys that was always abusing me. Different body, same spirit. But women who loves to date bad guys. He's handsome. He wears a three-piece suit just like Martell all the time. Or he wear his jeans off his butt. A jailhouse tattoo and a gold chain around his neck. Ladies, don't that neck look good? That gold chain around his neck on all that chocolate. He hangs out on a street corner with his grill showing, smiling and hustling, scheming and conning people. Convinced that you're in love, passion ignites. Like chocolate, you crave him like an addict who needs that next hit. You crave him. And you know he's the last thing that a nice girl like you needs. Cause one adventure with him, just walking out that door with him, can get you killed. Just walking out that door with him just might land you in prison. But the thug's passion is your world. This is written by me, Oma. Yes. Martell is Arian Thug's child. She ain't going nowhere. So, Martell meet up with his mother. I think it's for breakfast, Marlene. And so they're having a wonderful conversation. And what's going to happen is he's going to bring up the fact that, hey, Mom, I think about moving the area in on my property. And then she said, well, that's your baby's mom. Ain't no use in no big old house sitting over there for nothing. Y'all, I'm just talking to similarity to whatever she was saying. But yeah, Martell comes into the restaurant. He invites his mother for breakfast. And of course, he tells his mom, hey, Mom, I'm thinking about moving area into my rental property. I own that property, Mom. And then she said, well, that is your baby, Mom. Ain't no sense of you just having, just an empty property for nothing, that big old space. Then you're talking about, yeah, I'm going to move Arian on in the house.
And I can't move her in with me until like a ring is on her finger. And what's better than to have my son and her moving into something that I built.
So you plan on marrying no one? So here's the sticky. Are you planning on marrying her? Aaron, if you're out there, I want you to hear this good. Now, Aaron, if it left up to me, I said, you want my honest opinion? Yeah, go on and marry him. You might as well. You ain't gonna listen to nobody else. So now, she said, are you going to marry this girl? Now, you may think that what he said was positive, but honey, this man got to get to know you. You got a baby. You got a decade behind you. He don't even know. He said, if she may be the one. If. It's always an if when it comes to you, Aaron. You talking about that?
Of course. I told you I want to get married again, so
I know.
If she's that person, that's gonna be the person I marry. If she's that person.
Yeah. If she's that person. You hear that, Aaron? On national TV, this man not claiming you. He said, if she's that person, you got, and we all know that this man, then he got that smirk on his face for saying it just like it's a joke. He had to force that out, but he had to say if. The thug's passion. It's a thug joke thing. Some women just like bad men, y'all. They like them bad guys. You know the kind that don't ever grow up. This man almost 50 years old still think he a little boy. Anyway, you guys, look at him with that smirk on his face. And Arian, you're gonna still be waiting. You're gonna be 90 years old and still waiting on this man for marriage.
Yeah. You know, she's a good girl.
Yeah, just getting to know her, you know. She's a nice person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought it was gonna be a little bit more difficult.
Well, you know, it took me a minute.
It did.
Well, you know how that go. You have to. Okay, she said it took her a minute. Now that means to me that she don't have the best relationship with Coleslaw or Bed Bud. Why? Because she came in and interrupted her comfort zone. Marlene really grieved this relationship. And see what happens is that Martell, not only did what he did affected everybody, it was like a domino effect what went on in that house and how he destroyed his family. That's a new stuff.
Yeah.
Cause
I understand.
You know, I love my family I had.
Yeah.
You know, y'all was my. Whoa. I love the family I had. Whoa, you hear that, don't you, Arian? You can never replace that family. Never. You cannot replace Melody's shoes. With her mother-in-law. She grieving over losing her daughter, and you know, and I'm sure Melody was good to her, and he's grieving too, but in his own little cricket demonic way, y'all. And then, you know, that incident happened, so, you know, and I had to adjust to that new thing with you, you know, with her, you know.
Yeah.
But it took me. Oh, Marlene throwing all that shade. Oh, God, y'all catch that? Marlene said I had to, you know, adjust to that thing. You know that thing. Marlene what was she calling the thing, you guys? She's shading this girl all the way through here. Yeah, just getting to know her, you know. She's a nice person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought it was gonna be a little bit more difficult.
Well, you know, it took me a minute.
It did.
Well, you know how that go. You have to adjust to new stuff.
Yeah.
Cause
I understand.
You know, I love my family I had.
Yeah.
You know, y'all was my world. And then, you know, that incident happened. So, you know, and I had to adjust to that new thing with you, you know, with her, you know. Oh, No, I had to adjust with that new thing. She called it a thing. With her. Go ahead on, Marlene. I'm so glad to see Marlene because I remember Marlene when he first broke it out that he was they may be getting a divorce over Ariel. Marlene was sad. And then y'all know somewhere down the line he probably got to fussing with his mama like she need to stick with him on camera. And she started sticking with him on camera. So now she's coming back to herself. I'm sure she grieved the loss of her daughter-in-law. Mm-hmm. And two, I've got grandsons. They break up, with their long-term girlfriends. One of my grandsons, I've been knowing this girl since she was 16 years old, and they in their 30s, almost 40. And they broke up. Oh man, my heart. They were not married, but they had a little boy together. Yeah, so I can feel what Marlene is going through.
Yeah.
But it took me a while to adjust. So
Yep. And I appreciate it, but I know at one point you told me that you weren't going to adjust.
I know because I was upset. Yeah, like I said, what he did in that family was a dynamite effect. And then on top of that, she had no manners. She had no manners. I remember Marlene sat down and was talking to him on TV. It was talking about how embarrassing that was for that girl for them to be on social media acting a fool like that. Yes, I know it was embarrassing to you, Marlene.
Yeah.
That's my family. Yeah, the message was. That was her family. She letting everybody know that Melody is her family. This is Black Titanic. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe.